Today we're going through a mat class with no props. All you need is your mat. Let's go ahead and lay down and get started. We are going to start right with those abs. I want your feet about sits bones distance apart. Hands are going to go right behind the ears, elbows wide. Find a nice neutral pelvis so you're rooting down through your tailbone. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, nod your chin, lift your head, your neck, your shoulders, look towards your knees. Now, as you do that, keep your tailbone grounded, which means don't let your tailbone tuck and scoop. Lengthen through the tailbone and keep it down. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders again. And we're doing that again, lifting the head, neck, and shoulders, looking right towards that navel, making sure you're not scooping and tucking through your low abs. And then right back down. So with that scoop and tuck is an imprint position. It's not a bad position. It's a little bit more of a beginner position. As you get more challenge, or you want to give yourself more challenge, you get more advanced, you're going to start to try to keep yourself in neutral. So definitely if you're just starting, take that little imprint, letting the low back press against the mat if it feels comfortable for you. But just know as we get stronger in our practice, we're trying to keep that tailbone down and trying to keep our pelvis neutral. Now adding on from here, the next time you come up, I want you to stay there. We're going to take the hands to the legs, use the arms to lift a little higher, reach the arms up, up, up over the head, take them right behind the ears, and lower down. Let's do that again. You lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Your hands go to the legs. You pull just a little bit higher. The arms go up, up, up over your head, back to behind the ears. You lower down. So just taking a little more time to lift, taking a little higher in your lift, holding the lift when the arms go over the head, hands behind your ears, lower back down. Just a few more. You go lift. The hands go to the legs, you lift higher, you hold that as the arms go over the head, hands back behind the ears, lower down. Let's go two more. We'll lift up, reach the arms, go a little higher, circle the arms and hold that height, hands behind the ears, back down. One more here. We go up, the arms reach, you go a little higher, you hold that height, hold it, hands behind the ears, and lower back down. Now let's lift up and hold, rotate right. Take the arms to the knee, go higher, reach the arms over the head, hands behind the ears, rotate center, go down. You're going to the center, going to the left. Arms go to the knees, you go higher, keep that height as you go over the head with the hands. Hands go behind the head, back to the center, and down. Are you feeling the abs? We're going to go up to the right. Reach the arms. Go higher. Keep the arms reaching over your ears. Hands behind the ears. Back to the center. Back down. You're going to the center. To the left. Hands reach. You go higher. Keep that height as you circle the arms. Hands behind the ears. Back to the center. Two more times through. Coming up. Right. Reach the arms, go higher. Hold the height, hands behind the ears, back to the center, and down. Here's your last one. Go center, left, reach, go higher, circle the arms, back behind the head, back to the center, and down. Go to the center and hold. Take your right leg to tabletop. Take your left hand, push it into the inside of the right leg, and smush the two together. Take your left leg to tabletop. Your left leg's going to reach long and back in. Check out your tailbone. Make sure it's down. You've got that neutral pelvis, imprinting if you need to. Right hand is holding behind the head for support. And I can't emphasize enough how much I'm pushing my hand into my knee and pushing my knee into my hand to fire on those diagonal oblique muscles. When your left leg is straight, hold it. Take it up. Don't know if you heard that. I'm in the middle of a Florida storm here. Take it up. That was about a 2-inch away lightning strike. And down. Take it up. And down. Good. Last 3. Last 2. When the leg is up, I want you to hold it. Take it to the left. Doesn't have to be big. Back to the center. Take it to the left. Back to the center. I'm still pushing my left hand into my right leg and my abs are probably on as much fire as that lightning strike. Last 2. One more, then we're going to combine the 2 things. The leg goes down, it goes up, it goes out and in. Really good. Go down and up, out and in. Great work. Go down and up, out and in. 3 more. Down, up, out and in. 2 more. 1 more. Down and up, out and in. Pull your knees to the chest. Give yourself a rest for just a second because we've got that other side coming up. Here we go. The legs are going down, soles of the feet on the floor, hands behind the head. Nod the chin, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Bring your left leg to table. Push your right hand into the left leg, left hand into the right, left leg into the right hand. Smush it together. Right leg to table. I want you to take that right leg long. Now, the lower you go with that right leg, the harder it's going to be. So you're going out and in. I'm really focusing on keeping my tailbone down, keeping my pelvis neutral. A lot of things I'm working on. Pushing my right hand into the left knee, for sure. Head can always come down if you need. And, of course, the breath. The breath is always working. When your right leg is straight, let's kick it up to the ceiling. Kick it right back down. Kick it up to the ceiling. Right back down. Don't worry. We're not only doing abs today. We're hitting everything. But you know me. I love to start with the abs. Pilates is all about that powerhouse, and we're definitely getting it warmed up and working today. Last 2. And then when the right leg is up, we're going to do that out to the side, back to the center. Out to the side, back to the center. Good. Out to the side, back to the center. Go for 3 and 2. And then we're going to combine the 2 movements for the last set. You'll go down with the right leg, up with the right leg, out and center. Going down and up, out and center. You're not going too far out. I don't want that pelvis shifting all around. You're keeping your pelvis nice and still when you go out to the side. Good. Nice work. You've got 2 more to go. Keep pushing that right hand into the knee. Feel that connection. 1 more. Awesome work. Pull those knees into the chest and give yourself a hug. I want you to grab behind your hamstrings or at your calves, or excuse me, your shins, and we're going to draw the chin to the chest and do a little rocking. So I want you to rock yourself up and then start to rock yourself back. So it's a little rolling like a ball. Traditionally, your hands are on your shins. And you're trying to keep your head close to your knees and your heels close to your bottom. But we're going to do a little bit of a different variation today. So do 1 more little rock. When you come up to balance, you can grab behind the hamstrings and just straighten the legs as much as you can. Bend the legs back and do another rock. When you come up to balance, you'll straighten the legs. Then you'll bend the legs and back to your rolling like a ball. You come up, you straighten, you bend. Now I'm holding on. If you do not need to hold on, the arms can go out in front of you. That's another variation that's a little more challenging. I'm going to give you 1 more variation, just in case you want to try something a little different. Instead of the legs going together, we're going to scissor them. So the next time you come up, right leg goes high, left leg goes low, and then we switch. And then the next time you come up, left leg goes high, right leg goes low, and then you switch. So lots of variations. Just play around. The whole idea here, at least for me with Pilates, is having fun. And if it's something that's fun, you're going to stick with it. And Pilates is effective. Effective and fun, that's 2 bonuses. Good. 4 more. I seem to be moving forward on my mat. Can't do too many more. I'll be rolling off the edge. Last 2. And do 1 more. All right, we're going to roll it up and come to our belly. I feel like we've worked a lot of our abs, so let's get into our back a little bit. I want you to lay onto your belly, and we're going to first start with a little stretch. So prop yourself up on your elbows, and one way to find your positioning is to grab opposite elbow with opposite wrist. That makes sure that your elbow's in line with your shoulder. And then once you're in that positioning, you can grab your hands and interlace them. Now I'm going to push into those forearms, roll my shoulders back, and almost like I'm going to do a little back bend curl. I am doing a back bend curl. I'm going to lift my chest forward as if I was going to leave my legs behind. So my legs are glued in cement, and I'm just lifting forward for a little back bend. Nice little stretch for those abs that we just worked very intensely for 10 minutes before we get into our back. So we're lifting, lifting, lifting. Just watch your neck when we get into this work. You don't want to be looking up and tweaking the neck. You kind of want to be looking down at the tip of the nose, so the back of the neck is always remaining long. Okay, let's get into our back work. Take those hands right beside your hips with your palms facing up. Keep your legs glued in cement. Mine are together. Mine are not together. You can have them together. Mine do not feel good together. They're apart. I want you to lift your head, neck, and shoulders up, go into a little back extension, and reach those arms to the back of the room. Hold this extension as you circle your arms out to an airplane and take them right back to the sides. Going out to an airplane, my palms are facing the back of the room, and my palms are then facing the hips. Going out to an airplane and back to the side of the room. If it is okay on your shoulders, instead of stopping at airplane, let's go over the head, turn the palms to face each other, turn the palms back, and go down. So when the arms go over the head, that's when you want to turn your palms. That just changes the rotation of the shoulder. It's just better when your arms are over your head to have your arms in that rotation. So you go to T or you go over the head. Just a few more. Keep lifting through the sternum. Really great back work here. Last two. One more here. Going just to the T or over the head. And release. Make a pillow with your hands and rest your head. I'm going to keep my head a little up just because of the mic. Now we're going to work with the legs. So either legs together or apart. I want you to lift your legs up. Reach those legs as long as you can. The legs are going to open the width of the mat. Squeeze together. Open the width of the mat. Squeeze together. Try to lift those legs to your best of your ability. Good. Nice hip extension. You're working that entire posterior, which means back of the body. Whole back of the body working here. 3 more because we're going to put it together, so I don't want to do too many. And 2. And 1. Now lower everything down, shake it all out side to side, and we'll get ready for the whole shebang. So the whole thing, we're going to do legs and arms together. Legs start either apart or together, your choice for your back. Reach the arms by your sides. Let's lift everything up. Palms face your hips, legs are together or a smidge apart. We're going to open the arms and legs at the same time, either stopping at the T or going over your head. Close the arms and legs together. Open everything up, close it all together. Big, big open, big close. Breathe when you need. Just make sure you're breathing. Here's 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Really great job. Hands to the sides, push back into a little child's pose. Every time you extend your back, you must flex your back. It feels so good. Take a little rest. I'm going to turn myself to face the side so I'm on my mat. My feet are about the width of my mat and I'm sitting tall. If you have a hard time sitting tall, mainly if your hamstrings are tight and you're having to round forward, I would recommend propping yourself up on a block or bending your knees. Take your hands to your heart center, sit really tall. Rotate to your left. You're going to round over that leg, round and scoop your abs in, and then push your arms long and reach your spine long. Take that length over your head with your arms. Bring your hands back to the heart and back to the center. Same thing other side. Rotate right. Scoop and round over the leg. Push the arms long and reach the leg. Reach over the leg with a long spine. Come up over the head with long arms. hands to your heart, back to the center. Legs are really active here. I'm going rotating left, scooping down, reaching long, staying long as the arms go up, hands to the heart, back to the center. Rotating right, scooping over the leg, then reaching long out of my hip, going up tall with my fingers, hands to the heart, back to the center. 2 more times. You're going left, you're rounding, then you're reaching long. You're keeping length as you go up, hands to the heart, back to the center. This is your last one. Rotate right, round over, then reach and extend, go up and over the head, hands to the heart, back to the center. Keep that length, keep your feet flexed, keep your legs active, reach your arms out to letter T, pull those abs in and ribs in, rotate 2 times to the right, and back to the center. Rotate 2 times to the left, and back to the center. Just rotating. I love that second little pulse. It's just an opportunity to get a smidge farther. So it goes too far as you can and then a little farther. You go as far as you can and a little farther. We've got 4. How long can you make those arms? Try to touch either side of the room. 3. Really awesome work, everyone. You look great. 2. And 1 more. Nice job. Arms are going to come right in front of you, and I'm going to bend my legs, and I'm walking forward a little bit because I know what's happening and I need some room back there. Some wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. All right, so my legs are just a little bit bent. My arms are in front of me. I'm going to have my palms together. Tuck your tailbone and start to roll yourself back, 1 vertebrae at a time. When you can't go any farther, stop, or don't go all the way. If you can go all the way, don't do it. Just go halfway and hold. Rotate your arms to the right. They're pointing over the right knee, back to the center. Rotate to the left, back to the center. Tuck as much as you can through those low abs to protect your back. I'm really scooped and tucked through my low abs. And if it's too much, go up a little bit. No need to go too far back. I'm just going from one side to the center, to the other side, to the center. 3 more times through and center. 2 more times through and center. Last one and center. Come all the way up, sit tall. You can grab onto the legs behind the hamstrings. Take a big arch of the back, just stretching for a moment because we're doing a round 2. Hands in front of you, palms face each other, sit tall. Tuck your tailbone, scoop and roll back. Now this time when you rotate to the right, lift the right leg. And when you rotate to the left, lift the left leg. Good. I have my toes kind of pointed up to the ceiling. Not really pointed, but just facing the ceiling. That is not my point. Don't worry. That's not a point. It's just a soft foot. Good. Good. I definitely have some beautiful ex-dancers or dancers with really nice toe point. I was never a dancer. Last 4. And 3, and 2, and 1. Back to the center. Roll yourself up. Grab behind those hamstrings. Open your heart. Roll your shoulders back. Nice big stretch. And then release. Now let's take our legs straight. Reach the arms in front of you. We're going to roll ourselves down. I'm going to try to take about 30 seconds. I'm taking as much time as I can to roll myself down. If it's too much, bend your knees, hold on, take a modification. I'm going down, 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 15 seconds over. Don't go too quickly. 10, 9, 8, because then you just have to hover at the bottom. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch those arms over your head. Take a big release. We are not done yet, though. We've got a little bit of rollovers. So I'm going to bend my knees. Find a nice neutral pelvis, take my legs up to tabletop. Now option 1, cross your ankles, let your knees go wide. You're going to push into those hands and start to lift your lower body from 1 vertebrae at a time from the reverse side. So this is the reverse of the roll up. We're starting from the tailbone and you're lifting. Now I have some very, very, very strong clients, but just with center of gravity, this is probably one of the most challenging things that I feel you can do. So based on your center of gravity, if you've got more of your weight towards the bottom part of your legs and towards your bottom and your hips, this is a very challenging exercise. So one thing we do is take your hands on your hips and help yourself up. Now, when you come down, you can work the strength of coming down. That is when you can get stronger. The coming down is a very slow. But just getting up is hard. So give yourself an assistant to get up. Once you're up, then you come down very, very slow and control it. Your arms are really good assistants too. So we're using your hands to bring you up, and then you're using your hands to control as you come down. Now, you might not need all of that, and that is fine. If you don't need all of that, legs are straight, and you're doing a roll over, your legs are parallel to the floor, and you're separating them and then rolling your hips back down. But not everyone can do that. And a lot of it is just based on your body type. So make a modification. If it is challenging, make it work for you. Good work. We're only going to do a few more of these, and just be careful that the weight is not going into your neck. I would like for the weight to stay in your shoulders, not in your neck. So don't go up so far that you feel all that pressure in your neck. I want you to feel it in your shoulders. So wherever you are, this is your last one, and then we will come all the way down. Bring the soles of the feet to the floor, hips distance apart, or sits bones distance, really. So right in line with the sits bones, knees and ankles. I want you to bridge your hips up, lift your heels, lower your heels, lower your hips. You're lifting your hips, lifting your heels, lowering your heels, lowering your hips. We're on the final stretch of our workout, just a little bit more glute work. You're going to lift up, heels, down, and release. We're going to keep the same pattern, so get really comfortable with a hip lift, and then a heel lift, and then a heel lower, and a hip lower, and we're just going to kind of change what we're doing. Good. Just a few more like that, lifting the hips up, lifting the heels, lowering the heels, lowering the hips, hips, heels, heels, hips. Right leg up to the ceiling, same thing. Lift the hips, lift the heel, lower the heel, lower the hip. Lift the hip, heel, heel, hip. Good work. Here's 4 and 3. Last 2. Last 1. Now take it to the bridge and hold your bridge. A little different. You're going to kick down, kick up, lift the heel, lower the heel. Kick down, kick up, lift the heel, lower the heel. Nice. Down and up. Watch those hips that you don't let the hip lower to the right. Keep your hips stacked right beside each other. Level plane. Good work. Lift the leg, lift the heel, lower the heel, lower the leg. Last 2, lift, lower. Last 1, lift, lower. Set the right leg down, lower the hips, lift the left leg up. We're going to lift the hips, lift the heel, lower the heel, lower the hips. Hips, heel, heel, hips. You're going to go to bed with that little mantra. Hips, heel, heel, hips. Good work. Last 3. Last 2. 1 more. Now lift your hips and hold. Kick your left leg down. Kick it up. Lift your heel. Lower your heel. Kick down and up. Lift and lower. Kick down and up, lift, and lower. Now, nice work. Down and up, lift, and lower. Here's 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Nice job. Lower the hips, pull the knees in, and give yourself a hug. We're going to just rock side to side, giving that back a little massage. One stretch here, and then we'll come up and do another stretch. Cross your right leg over your left for a figure 4 stretch. Be careful that when you're crossing your right leg over the left, that you don't let your ankle sickle. When your ankle sickles, you kind of lose the whole stretch. So I want you to energize through the leg, keep your ankle strong, and if you need more of a stretch, you pull your left leg in. You have the option to grab behind your left hamstring, not on top of the knee. That is putting too much pressure on the knee joint. You're grabbing behind the hamstring. You also have the option of taking the right elbow and pushing the right knee away. So you have a combination of the left hand pulling the left leg in and the right arm pushing the right leg out. And you're, of course, flexing your right foot and staying strong through your ankle. Let's release both feet to the floor and then cross your left leg over the right. Every side will be different, so you might need to make an adjustment on this side. If you can, you'll pull the right leg in, grab behind your hamstring, keep your left ankle from sickling, keep it nice and strong. The right hand can stay behind your hamstring and your left elbow can go to the knee if you would like to push that left knee out to get a big stretch through the glute. Just one more breath here. And then release. Grab behind your hamstrings. You can start to roll yourself up and all the way to seated. Bring those feet about the width of your mat. We're just going to reach those arms out to the side, do another little twist. I want you to twist to your right. So you're going to twist to the right, dive down for your saw, pinky finger to the pinky toe. Come right back up and back to the center. Rotate to the left, dive over the leg for a stretch. Come right back up and to the center. Rotate right, dive down, come up and center. Rotate left, dive down, come up and center. 2 more. And 1 more. Nice work. Go ahead and release the arms. Come to your hands and knees. One more little stretch for the front of the body since we worked a lot of abs. Take your right foot forward. Your left leg's going to wiggle way back. Hands can stay here on the mat. Hands can come to the knee. Do a little back bend. This is a stretch all the way through the psoas, all the way through those abdominals. I'm pushing my hands into the knee and I'm lifting my heart. I'm not going to look up because I'm going to keep my neck long, but I'm really pushing my left leg down and I'm lifting up, opening through my heart, getting a big stretch. This is one that's good for everyone every single day. If you do any driving, sitting, I mean, everybody just sits around. Even if you don't have a desk job, you are sitting at some point in the day. So this is going to stretch out all the muscles that we need to from sitting, wherever you might be sitting. All right, let's switch. Take the right leg back, bring the left leg forward. Again, I'm going to kind of lean into my stretch. Hands can stay down if you need. Hands can come to the knee. I'm going to try to lift up energy through my crown of my head, through my heart. I'm pushing my right knee really firmly into the mat. And I'm thinking of lifting up and out of that stretch. Nice work. And then we will release, take both hands down, and we are done. Thank you so much. That was a request from a member, so I appreciate the request. If you've got a request, I do have quite a bit that I'm working on, but I'd love to add your workout to the list. Thanks for working out with me. See you soon.